Hi, my name is Douglas Clevin and co-director in Human Being Human Rights. And our job over the last year and a half has been to help people who have tried to migrate to the United States but have been lost. We receive requests from family members to look for their loved ones who started off from Central America and never arrived. Just last September, this gentleman, Walter Williams Gomez, left El Salvador, and he's a typical case. Las Maras tried to force his children to become arms smugglers, and Walter couldn't stand the thought of his children associating themselves and working with this gang, and so he tried to leave El Salvador, and they paid somebody to help them get to a relative in Texas. And the last we hear of Walter is a phone call to his brother in Mexico. And then somebody told the family that he had a heart attack, which is a typical story, or that he was left by a tree, he had dehydrated, and they gave him some water and they had to move on and they left him there. Those are two typical stories. Your family member died of a heart attack en route, or your family member couldn't make it and we couldn't wait for him. But neither of those we believe, because there's other reports that that didn't happen. So what is the real truth of the fate of Walter William Gomez? I don't know. That's our job. And so what have we done over the last year and a half? We've tried, with the few resources we have and the little bit of time we have, because all of us have other jobs that we have to work at to support our families, to search public databases to find where, if names like Walter William Gomez turns up, either in the immigration databases or the FBI or local prisons or whatever we can find, consulates, etc. And why does this work interest me personally? Well, because I'm the grandson of a man who was in a similar situation as Walter Williams. Now, my grandfather wasn't threatened by international gangs, but he lived in Norway in the early 1900s and was broke. His family was broke. There was no jobs, no futures in Norway, and he left because he had an uncle in Utah, just like Walter had a relative in Texas. And I figure that, what if my grandpa didn't make it? What if he got lost? It would be cool if 100 years ago somebody was trying to track down Norwegian immigrants. And so when I had the opportunity to get involved, it seemed like something that I ought to do for my grandfather. The more we do, the more we realize that the work is bigger than we have time or money to accomplish. Like Walter Williams Gomez, there are many more missing migrants whose families are asking us to help them locate their loved one. Your contribution will help us increase the network that we're able to gain access to search for people and amplify our message. If you have the means to help us, we would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you very much.